3, 4, 5 chairs in the front. Can I have community to come and fill the chairs? Officials, don't be seated, please. Let the community sit first. It is an event for communities. Can we ensure that communities are seated? Officials, can you ensure that communities are seated? We're supposed to have 17 wards present. All councillors to the stage, whether you are a PR councillor or whether you are a ward councillor, can you come to the stage? There's a navy blue polo, KR, I'm hoping it's not yours, 7, KR02, CR, GP, please remove your car. It's a polo, people are unable to move, please remove your car. I'm going to start the session, but I'm going to ask that we have a moment of silence. We have lost a ward committee member as well as a ward administrator in Region G. So I would ask that wherever you are, can you stand still? So that we have a moment of silence. Please stand up so that we have that moment of silence. I still see people moving. Can you stand still where you are? Let's respect. Thank you so much. You can be seated. I want to start off by greeting the Chair of Chairs, Councillor Marema. You are welcome, Councillor Marema. I want to greet all the ward councillors present and all the PR councillors present. But in particular, I want to greet the two people that are going to be co-chairing with me the session. Councillor Ndlela, the chairperson of JRA, and Councillor Juwaira Kaldeen, the chairperson of Development Planning, that will be co-chairing with me. I have some rules that I want to give to everyone. I am also greeting the MMC of GCSS, Councillor Zungu, MMC Zungu, that will be acting as the mayor today. I would also want to welcome the student council that's present with us And thank you very much. She's from El Domain. I would also want to greet all the officials and all the residents of Region G. You are the biggest represented in your region compared to the other 11 areas that I've gone to. So you can give yourselves a round of applause. The City of Johannesburg would like to welcome residents of the city to this public participation session. It's conducted specifically to engage with yourselves and to present to you, and the operative word is the draft IDP. It's a medium-term budget. It's got draft rates and tariffs of the city for 2026-2027 financial year. We encourage residents not only to ask questions, but to give your input into this draft IDP. We encourage residents to give input, comment on the draft report that was approved in council for 2026-2027 by the councillors of the city of Johannesburg, and to bring it out here to you. We trust that you visited the kiosk outside, or they were inside today, to engage the departments and the entities on your service delivery issues. The reason we requested the departments and entities to come to this IDP is to allow communities to engage with them and to log complaints and raise concerns of service delivery. The city will be hosting these IDPs during the month of April and May. We have 8 physical ones, and we have 3 physical targeted stakeholder meetings. It's 4, where we have engaged the youth, people with disabilities, as well as women, and we are now going to engage the LGBTQIA+ community as well. We also engaging business online. So if you are a business person, watch for the poster to come out about business. All this is to ensure that the city receives comments, inputs into the draft IDP for 2026-2027. This IDP is not done without your input. The executive calls it a people's plan. So people engage into this plan so that you can tell them what it is that you want as communities. Residents, I've done my opening. I am now going to ask Councillor Puseletso to welcome us. You go to a house, you knock, and they open, and they greet you, and they tell you to sit. You don't ask for the water, they give you water. Or they ask you, can I give you water, coffee, tea, or cool drink? So we are going to do that exercise now, where Councillor Puseletso will welcome us to her ward, and then we will go on to the other presentations. You are going to receive 2 presentations, which I will speak about when I am done here. Councillor Puseletso? There's been no presentation, comrade. Please, I have asked that they give you chairs. Please give the residents
We welcome you in Ward 120. Mine is just simple, it's just to welcome the resident of the Region G. Resident, this is an IDP. The IDP means, and as Ward 120, we appreciate the speaker to brought the IDP in Ward 120 because it's also going to give an opportunity to the residents to come and raise their critical issues pertaining the service delivery. In Region G, Speaker, we have issues of encroachment, land invasion, water throttling, bad roads, street lights that are not working. So residents, it's an opportunity today. This is not a complaining session, but it's an opportunity to come and discuss and engage about the issues that are troubling the community. As councillors, we are doing our part, but today, the speaker and the city of Joburg, they just brought a public engagement so that the community can engage. I'm appealing to the community, kindly, I'm appealing to the community of saying, kindly engage properly. The issue of personal issues with your councillor, you will see it on the public meeting. But today, make sure when the speaker and the IDP team go outside, go to the chamber, they can able to say in Region G, these are critical issues that were raised by the community, so that next year in the IDP, those issues can reflect in the budget speech. In those words, I thank you all.
Thank you, Councillor Pusulethu, for that. I would want to say that it is a session for you to be asking your questions. It is a session for you to give input to this budget that you all have. It is a time for you to discuss and have a city of Johannesburg that you want, not a city that the executive wants for you, but a city that you want. I also want to explain to residents, there is the executive, which is led by the executive mayor with his MMCs. Then there's also the speaker that leads all councillors and all chairpersons of committees. And then we have the administrator, who is Dr. Brink, that deals with the administration of the city of Johannesburg. The speaker and the team holds the executive accountable. We don't make the decisions, although we sit in council, but we are not the executive. We are the legislature. There's two, what do you call it? No, not spheres. There is two centers of power. The one is the executive and the one is the legislature. So colleagues, I'm going to invite the acting executive mayor, Councillor Zungu, to present to you. I'm going to ask, and I'm pleading, I'm honestly pleading, that when the executive mayor, acting executive mayor, presents, let us allow him to present. When you come to a meeting, you come with a pen and a paper, because you are going to note what was said in the meeting. And technology is so good, you have smartphones. So can we note whilst he presents, and after he has presented, when you have the chance to ask your questions, that's when you ask it. I thank you. Executive Acting Mayor, can you please come and present?
Um, Let me start by greeting the residents of Region G. Let me greet yourself, Speaker, the Chair of Chairs, ward councillors, peer councillors, Chair Magwenju, Chair Ndlela, Chair Kaldin, the RD of Region G, the Student Council who's amongst us this morning, the city officials, and I think I would have covered all of us. Speaker, let me appreciate the opportunity to present this morning. I think this is also my region, Speaker. I come from this region myself, from Ward 122. Speaker, I won't waste any time. I'll go straight to the presentation. And I would like to believe that the residents have been provided with the presentation. Some of the issues they would have picked it up from the presentation, and some will present here in this IDP. Then your chance then comes when you are able then to ask questions where you would have wanted to be clarified. And our city officials are here to give feedback or responses to where you have been asking questions, so that this meeting is a success. Speaker, our key priorities speaks to 7 priorities. One is collaborating with the residents. Indeed, it is of critical importance that we collaborate with our residents so that our work becomes easier. Building trust and accountability. The city can only thrive, Speaker, when there's trust between ourselves and our residents. Prioritizing basic services. Indeed, Speaker, we might have not been able to reach out almost everywhere we've wanted to. We prioritize basic services like clean water, electricity, and so on. Delivering water matters the most. Delivering what matters the most. We focus on delivering services that make a tangible differences. Transforming our city. We go beyond addressing immediate challenges to transform society and propel Johannesburg to our next level of development. Taking ownership together, we encourage every resident to take ownership of the people's plan and contribute to its success. Promoting accountability. We promote accountability by actively participating in the planning process and holding leaders to account. Our key indicators, Speaker, as the city of Johannesburg, our basic services speaks to the formal dwelling, Speaker, which shows that 82% of the formal dwelling are receiving services. Water access is 99%, which is excellent. Electricity for lighting is 92% strong. Sanitation access, 96%, excellent. Refuse removal is 80% strong. On economics, Speaker, our contribution is 15%. The GDP growth rate is 1%, which is very low. Unemployment rate is 30%, which is critical, and we need to work on it, Speaker. The power rate is 40.9%, which is also critical. Our target is 90%. The landfill compliance is 81%. Landfill gas to energy, 5,000 megawatts, Speaker. Our strong foundation is great, as the city speaker, expanding access and also improving our service delivery to our residents. The formal dwelling is 89.8%, State SA 2023. Water is 98.3%, State SA 2023. Electricity is 94.1%, State SA 2023. Sanitation is 93%, refuse removal is 90%. In order for us to succeed, such meetings as IDP are important because we get to plan through these meetings. Our IDPs must be informed by CBP speakers. Before we go to IDP, there's a CBP. A CBP is a community-based planning. Then there's an IDP, which is a 5-year strategy plan. Then there's a budget, which is 3-year plan. And then, Speaker, the planning principles developed at grassroots level through ward and regional planning. CBP is undertaken as forerunner for the IDP, ensuring that residents' voices shape strategy, community issues expressed in the IDP and translated into funded programs, ownership of the IDP vested in local communities through meaningful participation. IDP and budget are directly relevant to community priorities, empowerment of communities through structured public participation processes. And then you come now to what maybe at our previous IDPs, what we would have raised as the rest. The main issues that would have been raised in those meetings, it speaks to dumping, cleaning and dumping, bylaw enforcement, community facilities and services, economic opportunities and skilling, electricity and of our areas, encroachments, grass cutting, health services, which is clinics, human settlement, illegal dumping, jobs, roads and stormwater, land and agriculture, policing and city bylaws, parks and recreation, safety and security, sewer upgrades, social housing, social services, which is poverty alleviation strategies, transport, tourism, vandalism, water and sanitation. Region G, as per your presentation in our last IDP. Region G, the state of service delivery analysis, illegal dumping, Ward 120 and 122, I think it's in your presentation, you've seen them. Illegal dumping are dealt with during weekly service delivery operations. However, further interventions such as civic education, urban farming, or parks need to be initiated with the community to prevent illegal dumping. Street mechanics in Ward 9 and Ward 10 were raised. JNPD has been informed to notify BMU LETT meetings to take place once a week. Blocked KIs, Ward 9, 10, and 120, site meetings were held with affected entities, hoping that GRA will start implementing. I think they have been on the ground on some of these wards where these issues have been raised. General water outages and burst pipes, long periods without water, Ward 1 to 5, Ward 7, and Ward 120. Joburg Water is doing that regular maintenance. More budget is needed. Remember, I think Mahlali would know that as a city, for us to operate, we need budget, we need money. Some at times would find that we are not having enough budget to achieve all what we would have wanted to achieve as the city of Johannesburg. Poor road conditions and potholes, 17 wards. It's a challenge that we have as a city, and it's something that we're working on. Potholes in the city of Johannesburg is a serious problem. Grass cutting, it's throughout all wards. I think Joburg setbacks and Zood have started with that process of cutting grass and trees around our regions. Flooding at Peacock Avenue, Lakeside Extension 1 and Mshengu Drive, Ward 2 and Ward 10. GRA to upgrade the stormwater drains. The long-term solution is for the mining silt to be removed. Stakeholder recommendations were made, some work has been done on the bridge. Displaced persons sleeping on the pavements, Ward 9. All the issues have been logged on SAPM, CRM. Social workers have developed a database of homeless people. Surely this one is being dealt with, and we shall also make a follow-up on it. Encroachment in Orange Farm, Extension 7 and Freedom Park, Ward 1 and Ward 119. Human settlement is in process of relocating into another area. Street lights vandalized in all wards. We've got a challenge of street lights in the city of Johannesburg, and City Power is looking into that. City Power is here today. They'll be able to respond on some of these issues. Poor condition of road infrastructure, GRA, I think I've touched on this one. Illegal connections and vandalism and theft of City Power infrastructure, street lights and maintenance. It's a challenge that we're having in this region, Speaker and officials, of illegal connections to power and in this region. It deprives some of our residents when there's when there's illegal connections. We'd find that there's trips every now and then, Speaker, and we're not able to keep up as the city. Overgrown veggies, sidewalks, pavements, and open spaces, all wards. Stoppages of projects, all wards. Crime is implementing agencies are working together in resolving project disputes in the region. I must say that, Speaker, for the past couple of months or years, we've seen a drop in project stoppages in our region. The improvement is there. There's community involvement, engagements, hoping that we should be able to achieve what we would have wanted to achieve as the city. Housing built in wetland and low-lying areas where flooding occurs frequently, mostly in this region, Speaker. We've got an issue of wetland. Our people are living in wet areas, and I think this city must look into such issues. We've got a number of wards that are reporting that their areas are wet, houses are starting to crack. I think we need to take this one up as soon as possible. Nansfield industrial area, infrastructure damaged and stolen, abandoned factories, illegal connections, lack of services. Lenasia CPD, the infringement of bylaws is challenged, and the upkeep of the area is also a concern. This is the largest economic zone in the entire region. Ward 9, I think the meetings are held. I think we've started what would call the high impact service delivery, Speaker, which then speaks to us going to different wards, trying to push the issue of bylaws. What we did as a city, Speaker, on CAPEX projects. JDA at Ward 7, upgrading of existing gravel roads to surface standards, inclusive of associated stormwater, network, and sidewalk paving in Finetown proper. It's 4 million rand, and I can attest that this one, I've seen it just started, hoping that it progresses well. In construction stage, on-site works have progressed to 32% completion. JDA Ward 6, upgrading of existing gravel roads, surface standards inclusive of associated stormwater, network, and sidewalk paving in Kanana Park, 4 million rand, still on planning and design stage. The engineers are finalizing the detailed designs. Transport and JDA Ward 2, small public transport facility design and construction of Lakeside new nodal transport facilities. It's 5 million rand. Design development has been completed to start with the stage for bill of quantities and contractor's appointment. I think this one is at almost at a stage where we would say there's a project. Then ComDev Ward 121, maintenance of Energy Extension 9 library, 3.5 million. In construction stage, project was introduced in the region on the 10th of December, 2025. JDA in Ward 3, Khrizani Sports Complex, Phase 1, design and construction of Khrizani Multipurpose Sports Complex, 13.2 million in construction stage. Overall progress at 80%, almost done, almost completed. JDA Ward 3, 16th and Moyane Drive, public environment upgrade, 9.4 million, project 100% completed. JDA Ward 5, design and construction of Trizik Recreation Park, 20.7 million in construction stage, overall progress at 68%. JDA Ward 5, Drizik construction of Drizik multipurpose center, construction of a swimming pool indoor sports center, 1 million rand, project at practical completion. JDA at Ward 10, Protea South Clinic, the scope entails the construction of 18 consulting room clinic with external works. Commencement of the construction placed on hold until town planning processes are completed. JDA Ward 119, shelters for displaced people from park. The scope entails design and construction of facilities for displaced persons with disabilities, dormitories, eating and recreational areas. 13.98 million in construction stage. The project is 85% complete. JDA 117 and 18, refurbishment of Eldorado Park flats, Harlem, Dallas, Westgate, and Hillbrook flats. Appointment of CLO, SMEs, and local labor underway. Georgeko, Ward 8, refurbishment of South Fork flat. JDA, Ward 119, shelters for displaced people from park. The scope entails design. I think this one is repeating, Speaker. And then JDA, Ward 4, upgrading of existing gravel roads to surface standards inclusive of associated stormwater, network and sidewalk paving in Drizik Phase 4. The contract is on site and progress is at 79%. GRA, Ward 5, is also upgrading of roads at 50 million rand at 58% complete. Ward 3 and 4, upgrading of gravel roads. The contract is on site and is at 60% progress. Ward 121 and Ward 8, GRA, also upgrading of roads, 18 million rand is the budget. Procurement stage, the process of appointing contractors underway. Ward 5, upgrading also of roads, 6 million rand. The project is complete, 100% complete. GRA, Ward 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, and 131, also roads upgrades, 50 million rand. Phase 4A, Ward 1, progress is 86%. Phase 4, 131, 86%. Ward 3, 96%. GRA, Ward 6, also upgrading of roads is 1 million rand, still on procurement stage. GRA, Ward 120, also upgrading of roads, 21 million in construction phase. GRA 131, conversion of open channel to underground, stormwater drainage systems, Orange Farm, Palm Drive and Link Road, 15 million rand. In construction phase, contractors appointed, installation of culverts at Palm Drive in progress. GRA Ward 6, upgrading of roads as well is 1 million rand. I think this one is repeating, Speaker. Johannesburg Water, Ward 131, Stratford 7, sewer pipe replacement, 26 million, project is completed. Joburg Water 131, 28 million, in construction stage. Projects behind schedule and contractor is on penalties, 86% progress achieved to date. Joburg Water 131 and Ward 8, Outer South emergency sewer replacement, extension 10 and Orange Farm extension 3, 15 million rand, in construction stage as well, Speaker. Joburg Water, Ward 1, Stratford extension 7, sewer pipe, 27 million, still in construction stage. Joburg Water 131, Stratford extension 8, sewer pipe, 25 million, also in construction stage. Joburg Water, Ward 120, Pumla Mkashi, Ward 1 and 2, provision of basic sanitation, 929 VIP toilets, 21 million, appointment of CLO, SMMEs and local laborers underway. Joburg Water, Ward 18, Eldorado Park, Extension 1, water pipeline project, phase 1 to 7, 34.9 million. Appointment of CLO, SMMEs and local laborers is underway. Joburg Water, Ward 120, Unaville, which is Pumla Mkashi, a provision of basic sanitation, 1,000 VIP toilets, 24 million. Appointment of CLO, SMMEs, local laborers underway. Joburg Water 6 and 7, Enadale Reservoir Project. Appointment of CLO is also underway. Joburg Water, Ward 8, Patsing installation of communal tabs, phases 1 to 10. Appointment of CLO, SMEs also underway. Joburg Water, Ward 120, Lenature South Extension 1, phases 1 to 3. Installation of approximately 4,000 meters of 110 millimeter and 160 millimeter of PVC high impact pipes at 18 million. Appointment of CLO also underway. City Parks, Ward 17, development of a new park in Ellery Park at the Veld. 4 million rand. Construction on site is 68%. City Parks, Ward 119, Oliphant's Flay Cemetery, 5.1 million. Construction is at 90% complete. City Parks, Ward 9, Lenature Park, Azure Street, 1.6 million. The project is complete. GD, Ward 18, construction of Nansfield Primary School is 87 million. Project in construction stage, overall progress 85%. Ward 18. GD again is Ward 10, renovation of Lenature Secondary School, 7.9 million, project completed. How trains, Ward 6, 18, 24, 119, 120, 122, 125. This is a Golden Highway project. The project is ongoing. It's 21 kilometers of project, 548 million. Project in construction stage, overall progress is 35%. Our roof of strength, Speaker, is through community partnerships. I think, like I said earlier, such engagements are able to strengthen our working relationship between ourselves and yourself as the residents. We also ought to invite private partnerships to pump in funds. I think from time to time we'll say as a city we do not have enough money to achieve all our projects. We've got a lot of backlog when it comes to projects, which then requires that the private sector must come in and be partners with us. Speaker, Pillar 3, restore safety and the rule of law. Through our visible policing, I think as a city we've got our own GMPD team, Speaker, which I encourage residents to use them more when it comes to issues of crime, visibility, and so on. I think the last part is just the part C, the tariff rates, the fair tariffs, sustainable services, better lives, services, proper rates at 4.60%. The budget year 2026-27 is 3.6. Budget year 2027-2028 is 3.2. Budget year 2028-29 is 3.2. And I think mine is just to encourage yourself to be involved. I think the councillor was correct. I think this meeting is more about engaging, raising issues sharply so that we are able to then respond to issues. I know that you might have raised some of these issues before, and you are seeing them again in this IDP, and we are thinking, but they are still here, and we raise them, nothing has been done. I think we shall keep coming, and I think we would have seen that some of these issues have been achieved, some have not been achieved, and we are hoping that as money comes in, we're then able to implement more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acting Executive Mayor. I think you did not tell the community that we also have work streams with the National Executive where we are engaging them through your issues, and these were brought to life by the President of the country. I am now going to call on Velapi Hlope to come and present, or you behind me, to come and present the tariffs. But I would again plead, let the Mr. No, we are doing 2 presentations. And I said earlier on, you are going to write down and you will get the presentations. No, that's no point of order. If you had, no. I said the acting mayor will present, and after he has presented, we will have a presentation of the tariffs. Colleagues, we are having our presentation of the tariffs, and then you will get a chance to ask questions. Yeah, because we're wrong. Come, can you please present Velapi?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Greetings to the acting executive mayor. Greetings to the MMCs that are here. Greetings to all chairs of chairs, and greetings to all councillors. Greetings to city manager and all the senior officials that are here. And greetings to the most important people that brought us here. My work is to link up the people's plan. How is it funded? As the City of Johannesburg, in terms of Municipal Property Rates Act, the City of Johannesburg needs to have a rates policy, which is a financial policy that assists the city to generate income in terms of funding the people's plan. If you look at slide 1, the rates policy emanates from the Constitution. The Constitution gives municipality powers to generate revenue by charging rates and taxes. And I need to emphasize that rates is a tax. So when you see SARS, see rates in the same breath. We must also know that in terms of the legislation, this process that we are engaging in now, the city has approved a draft rates policy, which is now open for public input. That's why we are here. This policy states what the city wants to do and how is it going to do it. And supporting the policy is the proposed tariffs. So in simpler terms, we are supporting building a stronger Johannesburg together. I'll go to slide 2. Slide 2 talks to, in the City of Johannesburg, the Municipal Property Rates Act. I'll keep on referring to this legislation because it's the Bible when it comes to rates and taxes. It says the City of Johannesburg must have a rates policy. In the rates policy, we must categorize different types of properties, from residential, religious, and all other types of properties that are found within the jurisdiction of Johannesburg. This slide 2 shows you that in the City of Johannesburg, if we look at the total value of all properties, all inclusive, business, residential, and all that, the total value of our valuation roll is estimated at 1.5 trillion. But that 1.5 trillion, it is not the money that it would generate. The money that it would generate, it then comes up when I talk about the tariffs. The ones that are highlighted in green, I think we have done this so that it's important that our residents understand that there are certain property categories that generate more income for the City of Johannesburg. And those ones that are highlighted in green are the ones that are generating more revenue. If I move to slide 3. Slide 3, in simpler terms, means the following. In terms of the general valuation roll, each property is allocated a value at the beginning of a general valuation roll. That value is utilized when we do tariff modeling to see whether how much can the city generate to fund the people's plan. In simpler terms, in the current process, the city has proposed an increase of 3.6%. This 3.6% is translated into what would be the rands and cents out of each and every property that would be paid to the city of Johannesburg. Just to give an example, I've made just 2 examples, the one for residential and the one for business. If you look at business, residential, the proposal is that if we increase by 3.6%, the rate in a rent, meaning for each and every rent in the value of your property, the city is going to charge you 0.009889. It means it is not even on the other side of charging you cents, more than 1 cent. So basically, if you want to calculate your rates and taxes, you take the value of your property, you multiply by this rate in a rent, you get a 12-month figure. Once you get a 12-month figure, you must first deduct what we call a threshold rebate, which is then provided in the legislation and approved by City of Johannesburg, that all residential properties, the first 300,000 is not rateable. So therefore, once you deduct the 300,000, then the remainder you multiply by that figure and you'll get an annual figure. Annual figure you divide it by 12. Business, same principle was applied. We are saying the proposal for business is 0.024721. Overall tariffs, the city is proposing a 3.6%. In the next slide, I'm not going to touch all of them, but this slide shows you what is the current rate in a rent that you are being charged up until the 30th of June, and what is the proposed rate in a rent that you'll be charged as from the 1st of July 2026. In here, we've shown all category properties. What I need to highlight is that if you look at the ratio, these ratios are legislated, by the way. The base is residential, which is 1, and then business is 2.5. There are those that when you look at the slide, you see 0.025. Those are the ones where government has come to a conclusion that these ratios needs to be managed because these ratios are the ones linked to properties that cannot afford to pay more. To make an example, farming community, those are the people that are generating food for us. They fall into this category. And you'll also see that there are categories that have a 0 in terms of the ratio. Categories such as religious. All religious properties, if they own a property and is registered in the name of a religious property, that property is not supposed to be charged rates. Next slide. It is just to give you a picture that says the 3.6, when it's implemented, what it will give to the city. I'll move to the next slide. In the next slide, while the rates policy intention is to generate revenue for the city of Johannesburg to be able to fund the people's plan, but the Act also provides that there are those categories of properties or categories of owners of properties that cannot afford to pay rates. Therefore, the city must provide rebates. I'll start with a very popular rebate, pensioner rebate. The city says in the rates policy, it proposes that the qualification to be able to apply for pensioner rebate, you must be the owner of the property, reside in the property, your age must be between 60 and 69. What are the requirements when you are 60 to 69? We are basically saying that you are required to provide the city, when you apply, you complete an application form, you provide the city with, because we know that people who are at that age have just recently retired, or there are those that would have retired maybe in the past. So there are certain documentation that are required for you to be able to apply. If you have just retired, you'll provide your 3 months bank statement. If you are a SASSA recipient, you'll provide a certified copy of SASSA, then you can apply. In the past, it has been a big issue that the city has put limits as to who can apply for a pensioner rebate in terms of the value of properties. But that has subsequently been changed. It has been changed in such a way that any value of property can apply. But the city says, if your value of your property is up to 1.5 million, you are a SASSA recipient, or you earn less than the stipulated figures that are on the slide, you will qualify for 100% rebate. But once you earn above the minimum, which is 13,000 something, when you qualify, you'll only get 50% of the rebate granted to you. But if the value of your property exceeds 1.5, you will be granted a pensioner rebate up to 1.5. Anything above 1.5, you'll have to pay. Pensioners that are 70 and above, this was an input received through public participation. All what they are required to do is to submit their confirmation that they are the owners of the property and they reside in these properties. And these pensioners, their limit is 2 million. So when they get granted a pensioner rebate, it will be up to 2 million. Anything above the value of 2 million, they'll have to pay. The last important point on this slide is that if you are a residential property owner and you own more than one property, the first property, you will be granted 300,000 as a threshold rebate. The second and the third property that are registered in your name, that are residential, you'll only be granted 15,000, which is captured and provided for in the Municipal Property Rates Act. So it is important that residential properties understand that. I am not going to go into details with the other categories. We do have rebates for heritage site. We do have rebates for sports clubs. So the city caters for all the categories. What is important, lastly, on this slide is that the city has considered that in these past years, it needed to provide some incentive to then give it to business, for business to start moving back to those areas that are becoming a problem to the city, like the CBDs. There is a rebate. It's given to those that comes and invest in the inner city. All CBDs. It doesn't matter where the CBD is. But this incentive, it's a 4-year incentive. In the first 2 years, while you are constructing or refurbishing the property, you'll get a 75% rebate. But once in the last 2 years, you'll get only 50%. And after the last 2 years, you'll then be charged a full rate. This incentive is also provided to those that there are areas that are demarcated for industrial and businesses in the townships. But those areas are no longer performing the function. The city is saying, if you go and invest in such areas, we will give you exactly the similar incentive. The last one is the corridors of freedom. If you go and invest in the corridors of freedom, the city says, we will grant you the similar rebate with the similar timeline. The changes to the rates policy, which is now the last part of this presentation. The city of Johannesburg has looked at the rates policy. In terms of the act, because this is a tax legislation, it's supposed to be reviewed to look at its relevancy and also to look at the amount of revenue that is generating for the city. There are few things that I'm just going to highlight. Some of them are there in this presentation. The first one, the city has realized that there are people who own vacant land These lands are actually intended to build residential properties, but the confusion that has now cropped in on this particular category is that while you have not constructed your residential property, this land will be recognized and categorized as vacant land up until you construct your property and you receive an occupancy certificate. So that's what number one. The other issues that I would want to touch in passing, it's the city looks at what other government spheres are doing. The city has indicated that it looked at that in terms of education, quintile 1, 2, 3, these are non-fee paying schools. But in terms of the city's rates policy, they are paying rates and taxes. The city is now proposing to give them a rebate. But because it's a proposal and it's part of the people's plan, it is brought to these meetings for the principals, the SGBs, and everyone who is involved in that sphere to make an input. And the input would then be consolidated in the final rates policy that would then be presented to council to debate and approve. The other component is that since 2023, the category education was removed when the Act was amended. So the two types of schools that we have, independent or private schools and public schools, were separated. Independent and public schools were put under business and commercial, but they were put under a phase-in, meaning that their tariff was lowered to 75% in the first year, 50% in the second year, 25% in the third year. We are now moving into a financial year where we are saying phasing in is now over. So as from the 1st of July, these types of schools will pay a full tariff. Same to public schools. We are saying you have been enjoying this phasing in is now coming to an end. That is what is important. I'll move to the last slide, where the summary of all the issues are. I've already spoken about the schools, but the other one that is important, the city of Johannesburg is saying we want to generate revenue in time when we need it. There is a proposal in this current rates policy that says we encourage all the stakeholders who can afford to pay rates 12 months in advance. And when they pay 12 months in advance, the city will provide an incentive. That incentive is still to be decided. And once the incentive you pay that, you'll get that incentive. This is to fast track revenue coming in as early as when the city needs it. Lastly, on all rebates, the city is making a plea to say, if you are applying for whatever rebate, the city is requesting that your account must be up to date. If your account is not up to date, you must then enter into payment arrangement with the city. This is done because it's becoming challenging for the city to be able to fund the people's plan. In short, Madam Speaker and Acting Executive Mayor, this was the message that links up to the people's plan. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Velapi. I want to greet the councillors that has arrived. I also want to greet Zaid that will be leading the executive today in the absence of the city manager. Welcome Zaid, welcome to GCFO and officials. I hope you are ready to be assisting with the questions so that you have listened And I hope that community has listened to the draft IDP as well as to the rates. Those that are homeowners now understand the rates, and you understand what you are paying and why you are paying. Residents, you are 17 wards. 17. And I am going to say that there's 3 forms of engaging. There's 3 ways of engaging. If your 2 minutes is up, there's a form that you are going to fill in. Your name, your surname, your address, and everything is on there, and your email address. So the city will get back to you on this form. Can someone put on the screen the QR code? There's a QR code that you will scan in. Very few of us have Tamagotchis. So scan in the QR code. So if you are not granted an opportunity to ask a verbal question, you will then use that QR code, or if you are like me without a smartphone, you use this form. You write down, you give it to the table. Which table has the forms? Can you lift your hand, the table that has the forms? And you will be able to take the forms in. If you do not have the table or know where the table is, come and give the form to me. I will, that language, that is vulgar language. So colleagues, I'm going to give you the chairpersons to come and deal with the session, and they will be telling you further what to do. And please, when someone is on the podium, do not obstruct them. Let them talk. I am certain you have listened and you have written down what you want to ask. You can ask multiple questions in your 2 minutes. But make it precise, make it to the point, so that you can be answered. And please speak into the mic. Councillor Joera, where's your other companion? Councillor Ndlela, where are you? Someone in the front row is using ugly language. Councillor Ndlela? Oh, Councillor Magwenchu, I can use you. I won't abuse you. You will assist Councillor Joera with the questions. Thank you so much. Apologies. Come.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Dumelang, Sanbonan, Molweni, good morning, goeiemorgen. I'm Councillor Kaldeen. I am the Ward Councillor in Eldorado Park, Ward 18. Now we'll wait for the meeting to conclude there, and then I'll proceed, Speaker. Thank you. I'm the Ward Councillor in Eldorado Park, Ward 18, but I'm also the chairperson for Section 79 Development Planning. As Madam Speaker explained, we are going to go ward for ward. I'm going to start with Ward 1. Can we have 2 residents from Ward 1? Please raise your hand. Chair Magwenchu will then choose 2 from Ward 1 to come forward. Ward 1 residents? Ward 1. Do we have another resident from Ward 1? Thank you so much. Please come forward, sir. Ward 2. Are there any hands for Ward Ward 2. I think I see a hand there at the back with a gray top. Ward 2. Do we have for Ward 2? Here's one here. There's another Ward 2. So it's 2 residents per ward. Ward 1 and Ward 2. Do we have 2 for Ward 2? Can we have another resident for Ward 2? None. Okay. Ward 3. There's a hand there. Please come forward. Ward 3. Ward 4. Ward 4, can we have 2 residents for Ward 4? Okay, there's one there at the back. I think it's with a green shirt, and then the gentleman with the black. Thank you. Ward 4. Ward 5. Can we have 2 residents for Ward 5? The gentleman with the brown, are you from Ward 5? Please come forward. Please come forward. Ward 5, yes. With the black and with the brown. So I'm going to stop at Ward 5. For the rest of us, for Ward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you've not put your hand up for a question, you will collect these forms that Madam Speaker was referring to. You will then write all your information on this form and then submit the form. We're going to allow the 5 wards to ask their questions and then proceed for answers from officials. Thank you.
Ndiyavakala. Molweni, Madam Speaker, community. I've got a few questions. I want you to tell me the CBP versus the IDP. What is the relevance of the CBP? Because what we raised last year as Ward 1, I'm Temba from Ward 1, Orange Farm. So in the region, we are Ward 1, but we are the least developed. I don't know why. You want us to hate our councillor. I don't know what has he done to you as the council. CPP versus IDP, and the powers of you as the legislative body, as you said you legislate, and there's the executive, which I believe common sense says they execute what you legislate. So that means Ward 1, you don't prioritize Ward 1. I don't know what we have done to you as the council. I've covered that. And then now you guys from the tariff, you must revisit your rebates. They are nonsensical. There's no mention there of indigent. And there's red tapes now, the age restrictions on the pensioners. If you are 60, you are 60. Why should it come from 60 to 69? And then again, that means you are confusing your workers there locally on the ground. The issue of indigent is covered, is very important because you didn't touch it, you guys from the tariff. And then the issue now with the tariffs for schools. If you say the schools must pay, that means you say the parents must pay. So what do you mean when you say schools must pay full rebates and all of that? Where are they going to get their money? Are you going to fund them?
Thank you. Time is up. Can I give you another 2 seconds to just introduce yourself? Just introduce yourself. Can we have your name?
Masego from Ward 1. Orange
Themba
Farm,
Thank you.
from my honorable councillor, which you make us to hate.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Residents, when you do come forward, please introduce yourselves with your name as well as your ward number. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, councillors, and thank you, the residents. Kamala Musipo Wagazulu. I'm from Ward 1. I'm a member, sorry, I'm also a member of CSF, Gauteng. Okay, mine is simple, Speaker. Okay, on the reflection of the draft IDP, I didn't see the informal aspects where they are addressing the issues of the informality in the sub-region G. Secondly, Speaker, I have the issue here, which it has been sensitized. I think the Speaker there talked about the issues of tariffs. The issues of tariffs, I think it's a problem here because we as communities, you cannot just start understanding the aspects of municipalities without being educated, without being monitored and evaluated. If that's so, we are fit to understand that how we should pay these tariffs. Because it is very important. These issues are only being addressed in these platforms. We need City of Johannesburg to come to our communities to educate us about tariffs, to ensure that these issues are well addressed properly. And another issue, Speaker, we have sensitized the issue of key population when you enter the stage. I wish and request the
30
city.
seconds.
Okay, sorry. I wish the city could also collaborate with CSF. I see this, but in our traditional kings and the houses in the here in the house. So I think those issues needs to be properly addressed so that we eradicate and mitigate the challenges faced by our communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sanibonani,
Ward 2.
gama lami ngu Catherine Wagwage. I'm standing here as a ward committee. I'm heading sport. What I'll be talking about now is for infrastructure. Okay, the issues that we...
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes,
Sorry. Officials of the City of Johannesburg, ward committees and councillors are not allowed to ask questions because residents needs to ask questions. Ward committees work with the councillor and officials work in the city. So we don't ask questions. Apologies, sorry. You cannot ask a question. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam
Thank-
Speaker.
I don't want to get any ward committee. You work with the councillor. You understand the process. So no. It is for residents today. Ward committees get stipends. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we please proceed? Residents? Can we please have another resident from Ward 2 to replace the ward committee? Thank you. Can we proceed?
My name is Kumbuzo Mtimkulu from Orange Farm, Ward 2. Okay, what we saw on the screen about the previous IDP request that I've seen, it's hurting as an artist from the Region G. We have open spaces in Orange Farm that are being used as dumping sites. And as artists in Region G, the whole Region G, we don't have an art center or a theater. We will request to the speaker and to the acting MMC that we will need to use those spaces as artists in Ward 2 and in Region G to be built on the art center of the Region G and a theater for the Region G, because the only theater that we have in Johannesburg, it's in Soweto Theater and Johannesburg Theater. But Region G as a region, as a whole, we don't have anything that says art center or a theater. Thank you.
Sanbonan.
Apologies, IT, can we start the time over? Thank you.
Sanbonan, welcome igama ngunkuni Sibongo ngireside Ward 3. Yeah, eyami nje ke sho sharp and short, straight to the chase, angazi ngimane ngilong busy ngiyale ngikhomba kuyo ke sho straight city. I-Orange Farm ke it's much more marginalized ngaleyo ndlela umuntu angasho ngakhona. It is marginalized up until ke sho kuma services wawo that is being rendered to. Sine problem ye main line yesuwa 110 pipe size le pipe. Sibe ne feeder 110 as well. Told ukuthi iyo le edosa ke sho uthuvi lonke lungene kwipipe. So can you imagine wena ukuthi 110 main line iphindi ibe ne feeder 110 kuzokwenzakalani lapho ke sho sicala ukuba nemizi ke sho eba ne flow ngokuya ke ngeland mayiloku slide. People lapha abahlala ke sho from the landslide yibo laba witness ke sho water coming out of ke sho izindlu zabo, because the main line it is as small as ke sho the feeder itself. So ke sho eqaleni Orange Farm was being ke
30
sho
seconds.
given ke sho as a pilot project of ke sho zonke lezo services. Ama transformer wakhona mancane, the demand has grown. So kufanele ukuthi ke sho attendwe. Angazi noma yinorm noma ke sho ipolicy ye Department of Health ukuthi abantu bavuke ngo 3 AM bayokuma ngaphandle to the premises ye CHC is Stratford. I don't know ke sho I Department ka Health ukuthi
Time is up. Thank you.
Sanbonan, ninjani, ngiyabulisa speaker, angizokhuluma isikhathi eside ngumandla from Ward 4. I-first thing engizokhuluma ngayo into ye-JRA, ama-culvert from African Kawashi, 8B until Ematiwane. Then ku-JDA, ama-culvert from 301 until to 304. Then ku-Johannesburg Water, i-upgrading yesuwa e-Rekhutile nase-Amsayi. Then human settlement, outstanding title deed 301, 304, 309. Then city power, high master for your Ward 4. Then the last one, sinemoli to traffic conjunction eninga kakhulu Link Road. Besicela nje nis upgrade Link Road. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Greet everyone, especially to all the stakeholders. I am Mutlasi Sibanyoni. I'm from Jovicho, from Ward 4. I'm here standing to represent my community from Jovicho when it comes to service delivery. I'm not aware if some of you they are aware of Jovicho. I'm here because we account a lot of challenges, because where we stay, it's like a pigsty. Any human being, one of you there, if you can come and visit our informal settlement, it's not healthy and it's not good. So I'm standing here to represent my community because we want to know how long does the service delivery takes, because now we're on the block of the housings. We're still waiting for the pins, so that we can know where from now we can go on, where are we going, so that we can have been restructured for the roads and all the stuffs. And when it comes to water, I think it's an acting mayor. It states that water, it's been 100%. It seems like everything is going clear, and when it comes to the pick it up. So we not see those deliveries happening into our area because one, we struggle with water. We stay 3 to 4 days without receiving water from the Jojo tanks. Thank you, but I want to understand how does the service delivery take to coming back to us?
Thank you so much.
Paramila Matthews from Porky, Ward 5. I would like you to attend on these particular items. The expansion of Porky, and then the police station, because we are using a satellite police station. And Porky, each and every time the crime rate, I think it's rising due to foreign residents who are taking place in Porky. And then there's no van that you only find, there's only one van that is patrolling at the area. And then it is scarce for us to get hold of that van. And then the second one is the clinic, because our clinic is registered as a CHC clinic, and then we'd like it to move from where it is to next to multi-purpose, because it can, there where the clinic is, it can also be function as a police station. And then the manholes and drainage system needs to be covered, because I think the dirt and the stones, they are piling up there. And then on another thing, it's Porky Park. I think that we need to also revive and improve that park so that it can be better. And then the sewer issue that is blocking the development of housing projects at Groundview, I think it needs to be fastened up. And then another thing, the
25 seconds.
The JCP that doesn't want to issue the lease for the business land. Our cry as Porky residents, this has been 10 years since we've been crying about these items. Can you please attend these items with immediate effect? We are pleading with you, so please, thank you very much. Have a great one.
Morning, everyone. My name is Bangile Mcina. Thanks, Speaker, for the opportunity. My items are only 3, particularly on service delivery. We have a sewer spillage that is continually happening. It's known as, the area is known as Konapri at District 3. We've tried with other ward councillors to report. Lindo Gutles has reported the sewer spillage, but the city does not take action. Johannesburg comes, but the sewer spillage continues. Please, children are getting sick on that particular area. Please, the city urgent matter here. The gravel roads in District 5, it really restricts economic activity in that particular area. So the gravel roads needs to be attended. I had the acting executive mayor said there's 1 million coming in. The procurement is still underway. Please speed up the process. It restricts school, children, transport for kids. It really a bigger problem. The last one, it's on the multi-purpose, District 3 multi-purpose, the phase 1. Now when you pass the multi-purpose, it looks a little a white elephant. So please, ComDev, Section 79, Chairperson, please take forth. Please do an oversight in that particular center. Really, it's nearly a white elephant. And that's one of the biggest facilities that would have in the region. The swimming pool there, it's not getting finished. It's a challenge. So please, ComDev, SMEs that dealt with this.
25 seconds.
Dealt with that swimming pool, there's a mess. It's an Olympic level, class city, but it's not working. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you so much, Councillor Kaldeen. I'm now going to call Councillor Magwenju, the Chair of Governance, to come and take the others, and then we'll have Councillor Ndlela. Thank you so much.
Sanibonani bahlali. Sanibonani bahlali. Njoba sechilo speaker, I'm Councillor Lobabalo Magwenju. Chairperson Work Governance in the City of Johannesburg, Section 79 Committee. I'm here to assist the Speaker with our questions, taking questions from Nena. I'll deal with Ward 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I need just 2 from Ward 6. Ward 6, the first one, then the second one, now also was a passage in. Ward 7. Ward 7. Ward 7, and there's one. Then there's that one at the back. Yeah, that's number 1. That's Ward 7.
Colleagues, if you are not pointed, please don't come to the front. Let us give those that the hands went up first. I see there's Ward 6 is the first 2. Ward 7, can you show me who's Ward 7? Right, come Ward 7, stand behind the other Ward 7. And then Ward 8. Ward 8 has not been called, so the other people that are there, can they move out? We only have 6 and 7. I have 2 Ward 6, 2 Ward 7. Okay, the others that are not there, you will not be entertained. Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you, Speaker. Ward 8. Okay, that one, I blue, yes. Ward 9. Ward 9. Ward 9, yes. Ward 9. Okay, yes, Ward 9. Yeah, I've already done, it's that one, it's this one and that one. Ward 10. Okay, the guy with a cap. Ngicela umama lo wawecap elimhlophe. Okay. Ngwasa Ward 10 now. It's from Ward 10 as well.
Those of you that are not in the queue and your hands were up and you were not in the queue, here's forms. Come and fetch the forms. I'll give the forms to you. Those that were not pointed by the chair.
Njoba esho kuSpeaker ongamuzwanga uthi ongazange aphe uyakhonjwa nanga ama forms uzobhala khona. I'll show you that one and the one behind it. Yes. The one is not in. Okay. Ungakala guy Ward 6 with a question. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Thank you very much. You're speaking to Zandile Khatebe from Ward 6. Mine it's too simple. I would like to know, when are we going to be reblocked? We are staying in a human settlement. I'm from Mountain City, and there's Jovijo, and I can call them all by sequences. So I would like to understand, when are we going to be reblocked? Yes, we understand we invaded the space, but we see a lot of VN or audios being circulated around by the MMC addressing the informal settlement, stating that because of foreigners staying in our respective spaces, it is going to be difficult for them to develop us. What then needs to happen with us? The other part is the water crisis that we have. We've got JOJOs that they've been catered to us. They are unhealthy, they are not safe. Water crisis, we stay more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks without being attended or getting water. The last IDP that I've attended, we were told by Joburg Water that they are spending 11,000 per day for each tank to be filled per day. So,
Okay. Oh. No. Whoa. The timer was not okay. The timer was not showing, so you have got 36 seconds. Please, IT, please give her 36 seconds. IT, 36 seconds, please. Okay. Now you can continue.
as I've explained, the last IDP that I've attended, we were told by City of Johannesburg that they are paying 11,000 a day for each JOJO. And you can imagine how many JOJOs are there at Jovijo, at Mountain City, and all these other squatter camps. So wouldn't you guys use that money to at least reblock our places so that you can eliminate also this squatter camp from, arising?
Thank you, your time is up. You introduce yourself and then you start.
Utumsano wakamathebula lo Ward 6. I-issue yami yokuqala ukuthi la sibuya khona usisi njengoba bekasho sibuye scrapyard. I-Ward 6 is scrapyard. Igcwele ngama-settlement. And we are worried masibona i-draft ikhuluma ukuthi i-city ku-past budget bakhona only kwenza 800 household for ukufaka amanzi. Siyazibuza ukuthi kulesa scrapyard bazoceda nini. And naku-sanitation, sinama issues amanzi, sanitation. Ne-sanitation siyabona ku-draft budget yenu niyasho ukuthi ni audite only 1,796 household. Kuyo yonke i-region G, enama-settlement more than 50. So my question, and the target yenu is 2,300. So the question, and you are not even mentioning which settlement are you going to save this? So the problem, we don't know ni plena na bobani, ni plenela bani, and then ni plenela in. We are worried. Guyo la taps lanke sikhuluma ngawo ay 800. I-baseline elandelayo nethi nizoyenza 2,000 taps for mapha settlement still and mention. Size futhi ku-UISP. Singabantu abahlala kuma-settlement siyazi i-UISP yes defendayo futhi iyo ibathini imoto yethu ukuthi sithole i-upgrading. But masibona kwi-document yenu ukuthi akuna nix eniyenzayo for ukuthi ni-acquire ama-sites amasha. Akuna nix eniyenzayo ukuthi ni-allocate i-land. Then it's a problem to us abantu abahlala emkhukhwini. Actually abantu abahlala e-scrapyard. And again, siyabona i-budget lena nithi niyibekile. Before ngiyalapho. We are worried nge-4 million lena nithi niyenza for replanning. For the past 3-5.
Thank you, your time is up. Ward 7, introduce yourself and then you start.
Greetings everyone. I'm Elder Brenda Johnson, Ward 7. As a community activist, playing a lot of roles in our community, and that's me. I just want to open up now with my speaker. I have to say thank you. I can see you very transparent. Thank you for what you're doing. You are giving the ordinary people time to talk because our ward committees is doing nothing. So, and I have to say, as an MPO, non-profitable organization, not being granted anything. Speaker, the only thing, we are the poorest of the poorest in the Deep South, excluded from the city of Johannesburg. There is no development since I laid my head in Ennerdale from 2013. It is just me on my own because we've got we've got the patience, we've got so much to do for community. But when the city was unstable, the community suffered. I have to say today, you are a councillor, you're a ward committee, and it's not that I want to be, but when people attack you on social media, where is the accountability? When you respect your number one in your community, then they attack you like...
Thank you, your time is up. Your time is up. Thank you. No, you know, there are those forms, you can still fill in whatever you would have wanted to say. There are the forms, you can still fill in. Okay, no. Next one. Next one.
Ik is Philadelphia Marcus, Ward 7. Ik wil net uitvind, de budget for housing, wanneer komt het Ward 7 toe? And then there was a budget, but nothing is happening. Ik had al geapply in 1996, maar niks gebeur. Dan wil ik vragen, in die informal settlements, kan Pick It Up niet komen om te komen schoonmaak nie. Dat lijkt baie drastisch daar. Baie vuil, baie lelijk. Dank je.
Thank you.
Good day.
Next one.
Mina ngicela ukukhulumela because I'm hot 8 and hot 8 inkulu inokokotela inololi station and sinama problem acisha afanayo. Eloli 2 ayikho lento lokuthi iJRA iyasebenza. Bashiye kunjalo abaqedanga. Iclinic siyasokola eloli 2 ngoba iloli 2 ithatha ikokotela neloli 2. Eloli station bayasokola ngeroad. Sicela nisilungiseleni kulezo zinto especially clinic ama road and ikokotela naye bayenzela electric ngoba sonke singabantu sonke sinto eyi1 sonke sifanele sonke siyacela sinenzele i-service delivery especially when it come to JRA ayikaqedi abantwana bayalimala mababuye esikolweni i-tight road bayawela bayangenelela ngaphakathi siyacela ukuthi sinilungiseleni kakhulu siyasicelelana kakhulu especially loli station kokotela loli 2 siyo sicala ukuthi silungisele and iclinic incane bayasokola ama nurse ngenxa yethu ngoba ivala ngo4 o'clock but after 4 abasasebenzi siyangicelana ukuthi nisilungele iservice delivery siyacela.
Sanbonani, Queen's Thembiso Ngwenya, Ward 8, Kokotela. The challenge with Ward 8 is that the area is very large. It covers indawo eziningi ngesikhathi esiwani. I'm coming from a Kokotela. Now the challenge we have is that we don't have any sporting facilities, no recreational facilities, none whatsoever. And our place is riddled with crime. Besicela ukuthi nisibhekele lapho. Number 2, we have an issue as my sister was raising, EMA clinics. From our side, you have to walk a minimum of 5 kilometers to access the clinic. It is not fair. Can we at least get mobile clinics, please, for a community? Number 3, ama-Apollo lawa we-solar. What communities benefita from wona? Because where we are, there is no electricity, and our fagwagiti, we see them afaka kwezinye indawo. Can we please also have access to those? And again, in our community, abantwana bethu are being transported out of our places ukuthi bayothola education. Asinama libraries. When they come back, they have to do ama homeworks. We know ukuthi our area igcwele ama informal settlement. Igcwele ama informal settlement. You cannot expect umntana ukuthi ayenze kahle esikolweni whereas uhlala ku one room shack. Makabuya kumele ayenze homework. Sicela nisibhekele ngama mobile libraries as well, please, so that abantwana bazokhona ukuparticipate ku education. Usithembiso Ngwenya uyabonga.
Siyabonga. Ward 9.
Good afternoon, my name is Hassan. I have 3 questions. The first one is, when will the city of Johannesburg or City Power resume the service of converting postpaid meters to prepaid meters? Second question is, what is a network charge on my electricity bill? Because there's no such charge on the NERSA document. Third question, why is the sewage charge rate on the property and not the usage of the meters? Thanks.
Thank you.
Luke Sitole, Ward 9, Nana's Farm. Invasion of land. It is because there's no planning for growth. I think my proposal is that the structures that are here, especially in this region, plan for growth, then you won't have a problem of invasion. On tariffs, I propose that introduce a flat rate. That's all. Otherwise, all these prepaids and all these fancy things, they will still not work. Introduce a flat rate, know what you are dealing with. On schools, government schools, there's no need for government schools to pay school fees. These are not entities to make money. These are school children who are there to be facilitated and growth. So there's no use for charging schools. On economic growth, in Ward 9 specifically, I will challenge our councillor and all his ward committees to build an inclusive economic growth. It must not favor a certain race. Also, we need skill centers that will cater all ages and speak on economic growth, not on ages. Because when you capacitate your residents, then you will expect economic growth in our region. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm only taking 2 from Ward 10, only 2. Okay.
Sanbonani, Luakulmau Joseph Mkari from Ward 10. I go to summarize some the issues that one is happening by Ward 10. JRA is failing to fix the road in Protea South and the Lenasia and the waterworks. The grass is not cut in by the Protea. City Power is failing to fix the street light. Some another things that one I want to raise it from today is according to the Jojo's water is in waterworks, that one is leaking every day. It's not the summer sanitized inside, it's not clean it most of the time. When I go there to check, I found it the dirty things inside. Okay, I want to summarize another one. The network, that one is coming in Protea South, that one, the many community, you don't know. There is another project, that one I don't see in the paper, that one must talk it about the network, that one is happening by the water and Protea South in Ward 10. Another issue, that one is heavy. The service in delivery in Protea South is not happening. It's failing from the councillors. I can't say the name because most of the time I do in the login of the issues that one is happening there. It's not doing nothing. JRA is failing worse. The city of Johannesburg water is that one is trying to come to sort it out there according to the sewer and the storm drain. That one is blockage. The road every day there is now, it's not showing according to the road that one is fixing by the JRA. Is the pothole now, is like gravel road. The last, that one I'll leave it from the waterworks, is the issue of toilet in waterworks. That one is happening. The people that side is not getting the service.
Thank you. Last one.
Lebitso la ka ke Keletso Mpele from Tariffs, known as Waterworks. Pick it up. Re kopa le tleng le be visible. Batho ba bangata ba na le TB because of the ganga tsa rona di fail. City Power, since o kenya stand mole for master high master light ka di 14 tsa January and ka je ko ke di 25 ke 26 tsa April ha le sotle ntso le jwalo. Housing, the consultants are housing, I saw le bana le meeting le bona ka di 28 tsa August ka 2025. Ba re tshepisa gore ba tlotla for the reblocking till today in early Wednesday ka 10 useng. And re seek on tired ka gore re dula re tse re promisiwa di empty promises o sa etsa le anything. Joburg water re kopa le tleng le tlo address mphakathi about the borehole hore ho etsahalang and then le hore service ho tletsalang. Re kopa waterworks clip prefer or re kopa proclaiming because I retse re emekae today re na le 10 years re dula ko clip prefer but there is nothing happening. Tse etsahalang is ntwe ole eo but ha re tsebe re emekae as re le mphakathi wa ko clip prefer. Thank you.
If you did not get a chance to come up here, please fill in the forms. There are forms that are being circulated. Please fill in those forms and submit them. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you so much for the questions and the inputs from those wards. I'm going to call on Chair Ndlela, and we are cruising very nicely. You even know if your hand was not up, you move backwards. Thank you so much, community. Chair Ndlela, this session is yours. You are going to finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wards, and you take it from there.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good day, colleagues and officials. Good day, community of Region G. As they said, I'm Councillor Makhosazana Ndlela, the chairperson of Section 79 Way Transport, also responsible for Ward 131. I'm going to take hands for Ward 17. No. Angaga Kombi, just sit down. You'll be number 1 and number 2. I'm going to take a male and a female so that we balance each other.
No.
What? A male and a female from Ward 17.
Can we have the female?
A female person from Ward 17 can come forward.
17.
Can you come forward? Yes, thank you so much.
Number 1,
Ward 18, you'll be number 1 and you'll be number 2. Come forward. Ward 119, a male and a female, can they come forward? If you are a ward committee member, don't bother yourselves. If you are a ward committee member, don't bother yourselves.
We don't want ward committee members. I have a list of the ward committees here. So if you are a ward committee, please don't. Some of them are ward committees. Okay, the councillor is on Ward 119. Can we see representation? There's one for Ward 119, and there's a female at the back. What is that? No, Ward committee, please, sit down. Hlala phansi. Hlala phansi. Hlala phansi. You are not going to cause anarchy. We did it for others. We are not going to favor anybody. If you are ward committee, no, don't even talk to me. Go and sit down. Please, please. You are ward committee. Go and sit down. You are being paid as ward committees. No. Ward 119, you can't do that. No. If you have reasons as ward committees, Tula, Pamomsindo, if you have problems as ward committees, can you listen? Can you listen? If you have problems as ward committees, right? Then you come at the back and you talk to me. But yeah, I'm going to call you later. Ward committees will talk to me. They fall under ward governance. You get a stipend. You are paid. You will talk to me later. Please. Can we have 119? I'm not taking. I want community. I'm not taking ward committees. Yes, you are the bridge. But then I can ask the councillor also to get in. The councillors, no. 119, no. You see, Ward 17 and Ward 18 was respectful. Can I get 119? And I don't want a ward committee. I've seen the one with the t-shirt over there and another one. No. Ward committees, I will address you. You will come to me and I will address you. This is for the residents. You get paid by the city. The people that speak are not getting paid by the city.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Can I have 119 to come and talk to me? 119. Move there. Move there. 119. Move. You are going to talk to me while the process moves. Whilst the process moves. 119. I want you that side. Right. Sharp. Councillor, deal with it. Those ones that
Can we, is there a 119 there, a male and a female? That are not ward committees. Thank you so much. Ward 120, number 1, number 2, t-shirt white, Nizolandela la. 121, a male and a female. Can you come forward so that I can see? No, Landela Lapi 120, the line is Kuku. 121. I want a male and a female. Yes, number 1, 120. I mean 121. I want a female from what 121. Where is the female? Yes, usisi lapha ya emuva. Yeah, 122. Yes, Baba Lapaya with jacket white. Where is the female? Yes, Sinkaluza Pambili. What 131? A male and a female. Ward 131, can you please come forward? Babu Zulu. Where is the female from Ward 131? Yes, Masheksi. Nkaluza Pambil. I just want to explain why what committees are not supposed to ask my questions. But Masheksi, what committees are part of us? Every month are requested to submit a report from the office of the speaker. If they have any challenges, they are supposed to raise it with the speaker. They are officials, they are part of us. So, Ward 17, Ward 17, can you come this side? I want to set up something. There is a confusion there. Ward 18, can you follow? Uh, 119. One 121. One to two. One to two. 131. Can we confirm that? Floyd.
The lady with the pink. It's from Ward 119. Yeah, so now there's 3 people in the queue for 119.
I'm told that there are 3 people from Ward 119. Community from Ward 119, can you sort out yourselves? There are 3. There are 3 people from Ward 119. Can one male go out? Because I didn't. We are going to forfeit your. Thank you so much. Ward 17, your time starts now.
Amase, Duarte. I am from Eldorado Park, Ward 17. I cannot stand here every time for 5 IDPs and put in requests for housing and land. And still today, nothing is here in your analysis. It is not true that you suppress, oppress, and make us nothing. We are the citizens of this country. And you are not accommodating us for housing. 32 years, not one RDP house was built for us. Now what we've done, this is what we've done. And you must take note. We have occupied spaces in Eldorado Park. And still, no provision has been made for us. We are not asking you, we are telling you, you are violating our human rights. We want sanitation. 1, we want sanitation. 2, we want clean running water. 3, we want electricity in our informal settlements. Now leadership, I've looked through here. You have started southern farms, but nothing is mentioned here. No southern farms is here. No capex for southern farms. And now I'm speaking on behalf of our elderly, the poor, and the most marginalized people in Eldorado Park. It cannot be true that there's a council resolution to scrap historical debts. You even had a memorandum served to the mayor to scrap historical debts, and still you want to come here in front and tell us we must pay. We are not paying. Scrap the historical debts, scrap that monster that you are meeting against us. If we have to pay for a service, then you must deliver that service, which you are not doing. Amase.
Is it still morning?
Can we listen to others as they listen to us? Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Priscilla. I'm from Ward 17. I'd like to raise the following. In terms of the IDP budget, Kliptown electrification in 2025-2026, there was a 10 million cycle for Kliptown's electrification. Where are we and what are the stern dates for the electrification of Kliptown? We also have in Kliptown, we have on the IDP, we've got millions of rands allocated for tenders, toilets, millions. How much does it take to build in people's money like it's ours? Guys, we furthermore would like to also raise the fact of the Nansfield pump station. Extension 9 Eldorado Park, Ward 17 is flooded with sewer every time it rains. Nothing is happening. We don't have a sewer truck that can come out. We are constantly leaning on Region D to loan us a truck. Are we not deserving of having basic human rights? We furthermore go on, and I ask of you to please bear with me. I am representing a gentleman from Kliptown that started with the permission of First Gate Kliptown for the food garden project in Ward 17. We are asking for support. This is evidence that this thing has been approved by the city. However, there is no support and further funding for this on the IDP. Can we ask that when projects are started within communities, we support it? We cannot just give them permission and leave it hanging, right? Can we also try and stop using money like it's our money? It's not our money, it's the people's money. This is the people's plan. Let the people speak. Thank you.
Before you speak, sir, thank you very much to Ward 119. We resolved amicably, and we will have our discussions. Thank you so much, Ward 119. Thank you.
Thank you. Ward 18, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Greetings, councillors, Madam Speaker, Executive Mayor, officials, most importantly, the residents of Region G, Amase. My first point would be, number one, the arrogance of officials in the city of Johannesburg. Madam Speaker, it cannot be correct. Those 2 minutes that you are giving us, it's oppression, man. This is oppressing us. The issues of this region is deep-rooted. See for you. We have planned. Our spatial planning is on point. We are waiting for reports done by the director of Region G, Mr. Makopa. Where's the region?
Frequently fails due to overloading. Is there a confirmed capital to stabilize power for extension 1 and 7? No, there is not. I've checked this list. Flat transfers for extension 6 and 7. The 2025-2027 cycle for completing the remaining title deeds for these residents. Bushkoppies roads. How much of the 2026-27 Operation Restore budget is specifically allocated for the roads between Bushkoppies and Extension 1 that are currently being destroyed by industrial traffic? Nothing. Nothing for Ward 18 on this list. Public safety. Will the Mapelaberg Street open space in Extension 4 be included on this list? Then I need to know who is in charge of doing oversight on all these SMMEs keep getting hired while residents are complaining of poor and incomplete workmanship. I thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. My name is John Miletani. Thank you for this program, but I've got a question. When we come here, always we ask for something for city to help us with something. You brought the structure there in our location, in our ward, where we call it a home. When we want to do things, we need to go to elders, and you forget the population increase every now and then. So can you please change that structure? Change it to something than to bring us criminals in that area because of immediately bring homes. When you say you want that place to be a home, how can you allow everyone in Region G to go there? So in the other way, you're saying people that must do criminality, and after that they must go back there and do that. 1. 2, the issue of electricity. You brought the project. We don't know how much that project for the cable, where we said we must reinstall the new cable. Unfortunately, the cable started, but now there's a mistake there. Something stopped that project. So can you please clarify us what happened to that cable? So can you finish it, because now it's winter. And then the issue of normalization. Can you come and normalize? Stop this thing of say when you want to install a transformer, asking people to pay for the transformer. Because also, we're not working. Bear in mind, we are trying to help the community. And the other one, can you please deal with the issue, this issue of potholes? There is the companies with Wi-Fi where they come, do the excavation, install the thing, but after that, they didn't replace that thing. So please, also the issue of Southern Farm. You come with the program, we don't know nothing about Southern Farm. It belongs to individual. And also, bear in mind, you said that thing belongs to lots of people, but now it looks like you're not helping anyone with that project. Can you please clarify us on the issue of that thing? The last is the issue of human settlement. That I just want to thank Mr. Makopa because he managed to come to us. But can you please try to speed up that issue of that we ask you to come and help us with? Thank you.
Greetings. I want to greet the acting executive mayor, Comrade Zungu, and the rest, Comrade Speaker. Mine is very simple, yeah? One, I just want to know the issue, grass cutting. Every time you bring acting executive mayor, you bring subcontractors to come and cut grass. You overlook abantu bema-ward who have companies as well. So this thing is like a tendering scheme in the city. You bring us people who are not bringing. We have people who can make grass cutting in the wards, please. Second, I want to acknowledge the many budget that is allocated in Ward 119. But Speaker, le displacement which is 13,000. Speaker, what a wasteful expenditure. Because we needed a wall, a multi-purpose wall. Ama room nama camera, abantwana benya open. Really, do we need it? But we accept it because we don't know where was it discussed. And then ngizozakwi leye Southern Farm, Section 79. Section 79, please. Sicela ukuthi development it's on Ward 119. Sicela RDP house program must start, not RPA. We are insisting, please, we need RDP house to be start built in Southern Farm. And the oversight, we want to know why is always Southern Farm is out of budget. Who is milking that big project, yet 27 billion? Please, city of Johannesburg, we trust you. Please, the money is always we are told the Mali project must stop. What are the stoppage? Who is doing?
Your time is up.
Sanbonani baholi kamalam ngutabo Ward 120 la. Okwami kuncane nje kakhulu angizuba isikhathi eside. La Ward 120 sine area kubizwa kuthiwa iphumla mqashi. Ephumla mqashi sicela nje ukuthi mhlambe kube nokuthi kusheshanyana kwezinto. Number 1, i-reblocking. Laphayana sine mikhukhu ukuthi mhlambe iku-waterland or iku-waterlock, we can say it. So besicela ukuthi mhlambe masingaba ne-reblocking labantu bakwazi ukuthi baphefumule imikhukhu yabo ihlaliswe ngendlela right. And then number 2, besicela ukuthi mhlambe njengoba i-city isifezile indaba yama-toilet. Lama-toilet ewalethile siyawabonga kodwa mancane ngoba iphumla mqashi inkulu. So it's best ukuthi mhlambe makunga-edwa njengoba kuzophuma ibudget kanje ku-edwe again mhlambe kwazi ukuthi wonke umuntu akwazi ukuthi awathola ama-toilet. And then ke mhlambe nokunye engizokusho okungathi mhlambe kusematheni ilento yamanzi. Ibalekile lento yamanzi futhi siyabonga ukuthi Johannesburg Water isinitiatile lento yama boreholes. So bengithi kulento yama boreholes ake ispeed up izokwazi ukuthi inikeze umphakathi ama communal taps, because makuba nama communal taps kuba lula ukuthi nesalukazi sigijimele empompini siyokha. Okugcina sengivala imigwaqo ekhona laphana endaweni. Besicela ukuthi masingagradelwa iTrat imoto lezi ezilayisha abazali baye emsebenzini zokwazi ukuthi zingene zibashiye eduze ngoba inkunzi imandla la endaweni ngokuthi manje abantu behla kude umuntu ehlele phansi bese yebanjwa lapho endlini. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Sabonga.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Igama lami nguGugu, umhlali wase Ward 120. Furthermore, Ward 120, while we recognize the work that has been done by the city, we also say more needs to be done. We are requesting, Uguti, can we have a skill development center in Ward 120, which it has a potential to address a lot of social issues. We are requesting a stall. We want to trade and do formal trading. Within our community. So we ask the city, we see the champion, programs are please look at Ward 120. We see the maintenance and the ongoing resurfacing of roads, but it's not speedily the way we expected. We've got a VT, SEBiza, if touch life 525. It's been years and years. We are still requesting, Uguti, please, the upgrade of the sewer in Hospital Hills is of vital necessity. Abantu bahlala kuma sewer, please, can we be allocated budget with that regards, and the road and park infrastructure in that place, with also the issuing of entitled deeds, title deeds in that area that are remaining. Please, can the city fast track that? Because communities, people baze bashone bangakayibambi title deed kudala bahlala endaweni. We request the upgrade of Luna substation, which is going to address a lot of things. Lastly, which is important, I'll skip others because of time, we've got informal occupants. We request the regulation of those people in extension in Lenasia South. City Power and Joburg Water, come to your part. The people are willing to pay and buy electricity, but we don't get, city is not doing their apply. Please, can we be assisted? Ne fully fledged clinic and police station, please, can we be assisted as what one thing? Thank you.
Molweni, igama lam ndingubuyiswa akuwani ngihlala eLoli2, Ward 121. Mna owam umbuzo kahle kahle on behalf of abantu bonke abane disability. Ziphi izindlu kwakuthiwa baza kwakhwela zona abantu abane disability? Abantu abagcina abantu abe disability like ama-guardian bethunana, la mali bayinikwa yona ingazi noba yi-600 okanye imalini incinci for bona, and abakwazi uhamba bashiya abantwana or noba ngumuntu omdala nditsho lixhekwazana ongakwazi uzenzela nto. Aba bantu ba-disability basi-victim. Uyahamba wena endlini umakhelwane okanye umalume uyayazi uba la mntana usheki pha, whether umfana or intombazana uyedwa uyahamba yomdlwengula. Abekho safe abantu abaphila ngedisability. Ngiyacela ukuthi nibajongele njengokubana nipromisile ngezindlu, nibakhele izindlu, kubekho ama-center wabo apho abantwana bazawukwazi ukwenza ama-daily activity, kubekho ama-day program for bona, ngoba kunabazali abafihla abantwana abaphila ngedisability. Umntana uthola ukuthi uvalelwa endlini, akabethwa nalilanga. Kusho ukuthi umzali walo mntana uthola ukuthi unenhloni ngoba umntana wakhe usimo sakhe sikanje. So ndicela ukuthi abantwana please babonelelwe ngezindlu njengabantu abadala, hayi ukuthi abantwana kuphela. Umuntu omdala ngumntana mangithi wonke umuntu nje ophila ngedisability. Ndibuye ndize eLoli2 ayama potholes. Bethunana eLoli2 kubi, umbane uyacinywa asixelelwa, uyapheka nanku umbane uyahamba, amanzi ayahamba anixelelwa. Number 10 into iholo eLoli2 ayikho.
Siyabonga, your time is up.
Dumelang, good morning. Sanbonani, bengizocela ukuphakamisa uNdabezitha is my deputy chairperson Women's Forum. Thank you. He's my chairperson, I'm his deputy under City of Joburg Men's Forum. Libizo kishima pakwa hokidula ko Loli Kokotela. I've given a task, lack of colleges, informal settlement of 121 is not getting any attention. And my main point, I want to know, is it a favor for us to participate at what level before the IDP comes here? Is it a favor or a must? Because it is not happening. It is not happening. According to IDP, there must be consultative processes before. So I'm just surprised that Kubanalama process, but at what level? Nothing is happening. Nothing, zilch, zero. On economic activities, I'm not sure if activities are meant for people who are aligned to the councillor strictly only. When it comes to opportunities, I don't understand that one. So I need explanation here so that we take this thing forward, because we can't keep on talking the very same thing here, nothing happening. We can't afford it anymore. Enough is enough. We need changes, and we need changes now. We need changes, all of us. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sifuna ushinsho. If it's a favor, you must tell us. If it's a favor, tell us it's a favor. If it's not, what should happen? Because we know nothing about anything in our wards. Only the councillor and people surrounding him knows a lot of what is happening. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is George Famadi. I stand before you representing the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, the Joburg Crisis Alliance, and as a resident of Ward 122. Our ward continues to face serious service delivery challenges. Parks in Vlakfontein, Zakaria, and Lehigh have been left without proper maintenance. Roads are riddled with potholes that have gone unrepaired for over 5 years. The local skills center does not adequately serve the needs of the community. It includes an under-resourced remote library and housing officials who are inconsistent, incompetent in carrying out their responsibilities. At the previous IDP meeting, residents of Ward 122 raised these concerns with members of the executive. Despite this, no meaningful action has been taken. We therefore call on you to take accountability for the failure to address these issues. We would like clarity on whether it is standard procedure for applicants to be asked about their political affiliations when applying for jobs advertised by the city of Joburg, or for opportunities within local community projects. Finally, we request the establishment of a permanent police station in our area to improve access to essential services and strengthen efforts to combat crime. I thank you.
Sanibonani, ninjani? Ngizlana ngizopresenta iWard 122 ne-Aikenof. Ngihlala e-Aikenof. Ngizoqala eLehigh. Sicela imigaqo yaseLehigh. It's been years and years. Imigaqo yaseLehigh ayikho right. Number 2, ngizocela kini izinkokheli zami. Sicela ibridge e-Aikenof. Kade silicela ibridge for ingane zethu zesikole ukuthi ziyashayiswa imoto. Okunye sicela icrime e-Aikenof iphezulu. Sicela nithumele amaphoyisa angazi ukuthengwa namasoja e-Aikenof, abantu bayafa e-Aikenof. Sicela ukhansela wethu Mar uzamile la zame khona, bengicela ama-truck wama-toilet azodrainwa amancane awasineli squatter camp lesiyana, nama-truck wamanzi Johannesburg water. Ngiyayicela kade sithembisa ngaloko, but ayize yenze ngendlela, iyasifeyila. Sicela ne-pick it up. I-pick it up sine problem, asinama plastiki, kunama dumping areas, and sihlala sithola inkinga e-Aikenof. Ngiyacela ama dumping areas wethu angcolile. Ngiyanicela tubandla. And then okunye engizocela, ngicela ukubuza ukuthi squatter camp sethu it's been years and years sikhona. Siphasa nini? Ezinye iquater camp ziyaphasa. Ngiyacela, ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga.
Sanbonan, Unononzima from Ward 131. The first item in the Bayamata roads. Oh, first of all, Zokelukbong, services that been delivered in our ward. But again, Ogamanja Skaga be satisfied. So we have a problem at our road 131. With the budget allocated or budget estimated, I think, or I could say, would not be enough because we have about 39 to 40 kilometers of tar roads that need to be tarred, of gravel roads that needs to be tarred. And in extension 4, seen a problem, a gravel road, a Madume Primary School, which affects Abantwana by school, and especially in raining days. It's really a problem, Madume, ukuthi Abantwana bakwazi ukuhamba baye esikoleni. So besingaqela ukuthi if ever possible, councillor as chairperson eyezindlela ne-transport ukuthi mani ngakwazi ukuthi nisiyenzele ukuthi at least Madume road can be prioritized. Ngabonga kakhulu. Size kuma open spaces akhona e-Ward 131. They are over 30 years. Let alone 35 years. Oguguti asazi ukuthi abekelweni and sidinga ama-services e-Ward 131. We don't have a clinic. We don't have ama-sports facilities or ama-parks. We don't have ama-skill center. Size kuma social ills that affect our community, which is crime, drugs, bullying in our schools, ama-SGB, abangayenzi umsebenzi wabo. Size kuma project that are brought in our community to service the community. But we end up ukuthi abasebenzi from the community, they suffer because of they suffer from unpaid salaries from our projects. Currently and the previous one, it's been the same problem ukuthi abasebenzi bethu bayastruggle when it comes to my payments. Then size kwindaba ye message how ukuthi hamba ngakhona. Can please speed up imsebenzi wama ward committee ukwazi ukuthi community.
Siyabonga, your time is up.
Oh, okay, sikubingelela umphathi ohlelo nabo bonke abakhona, protocol observed. No, I think colleague wami usikhathile eziningi. But iwari yami one enkulu ukuthi Orange Farm more especially Ward 131. 131 akanama parks, akanama sports facilities abantwana. Kunezikolo eWard 131. But akunama colleges, akunama varsity, even Orange Farm as a whole. Kunama clinics at Orange Farm, but there are no hospitals. I don't know whether the city of Johannesburg, it's we're not permanently. Sakile Orange Farm. So we're doing our essential facilities. There is a again issue, yama social ills. Say Orange Farm, Ward 131, Orange Farm as a whole. Crime is the worst place in our crime. Ama social unemployment. Poverty. We are not sure whether city of Johannesburg will know what is corner or asikho na. That's why the city sifuna kuba if a plan ukuthi ni facilitate 5 plans yethu ukuthi asibe nayo ama city ama park okudlala abantwana bethu, sport facilities, asibe na clinic nezibhedlela asibe nazo. Asibe nawo employment. Crime Orange Farm police station. Asazi maybe wafuna sifuna imadlanga commission ikizobheka ukuthi kwenzakalani lapha kule police station. Ama case akhona why nowhere. Abantu bafa every day. Even sisala today. Sidlule phezu kwedumbu zabantu eWard 131. Siyacela ukuthi city of Johannesburg again prioritize iWard 131. Data ikhona but it's the worst net development. We wonder what if in the plan and the plan of nobody. We're saying nothing for us without us. If in the plan, come to us before you plan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to hand over to our Madam Speaker to continue with the program. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you once again for all the inputs from all the 17 wards. I hope that those people that asked questions are still in the hall, because you are going to be answered. And please don't go out and say the city did not respond to you. I want to first start off by saying, Bayete to the traditional leaders. I know there are places where we sit in the same forum. I know I serve as a chairperson of the Johannesburg AIDS Council, but also as the Men's Parliament, we sit together. And it's not that it was an omission from me to not greeting you. I wanted to greet you at the end. Secondly, there is, and we are preparing for the next term, where traditional leaders will be part of our council. But it would be traditional leaders that are traditional leaders that will be part of our council. In the city of Johannesburg, we are still trying to sift out, because there's 1,200 of you that says you are traditional leaders, and we are working on that process. Secondly, when it comes to the police stations, as the city of Johannesburg, we are not in charge of police stations. Police stations are a competence of provincial and national government. But we have our IGRs where we engage, and earlier on I said there are work streams, the presidential work streams where we work on safety, and that is where we engage subs. So we will take the issues of IGR to the relevant departments. Number 3, if you have a problem with your councillor, or you have a problem with a PR councillor, you bring it to the office of the speaker. You write, not frivolous, you write issues that are problematic about either the ward councillor or the PR councillor. The same applies to ward committees. When there is an official that you have problems with, you write to the city manager. That is his department. He leads officials. We have letters that come, that's officials, it comes to the speaker. I can't do anything. It goes to the city manager. But if you're writing about councillors, it comes to the speaker's office. My last one, the CBPs and the IDP. When it comes to CBPs, it is you come to CBPs, you address the issues, which will then go onto this IDP. Whatever you said in the CBP is what the executive placed here. I think the acting executive mayor also explained 25% of the money that the city has comes from grants. Why did I allow the rates to speak? Because 75% of the income of the municipality comes from that rates. But also, there are forms that you fill in if you are indigent, if you are unable to pay for those services. And also, ward councillors, you can kill me when I'm done. Ward councillors in all the regions need to call meetings, public meetings with you, so that, listen, so that you give your input. If they don't call public meetings, then you can write and say, Speaker, they have not had public meetings. So that we can deal with that. They need to have public meetings with you. So when you come here, you are informed of the IDP. Because as councillors, they have either said yes to the draft budget or they said no. So they should inform you what their stance was. And you come in here informed. That's enough from me. My own voice is not good. I'm now going to call on the officials of the city of Johannesburg to come and respond. Joburg Water, where are you? Where's that Joburg Water? Joburg Water is here. City Power. City Power, come. Human Settlements. They won't hear me. Human Settlements. Development Planning. City Parks and Zoo. Community Development. JRA. And what is your friend in JRA? Yeah, JRA. Health and Social Development. Economic Development, people asked about skills. Can I see you? Can I hear you? Who didn't I call? Oh, pick it up. You only picked up my dirt this morning in Eldos. And you were supposed to be there yesterday. Uncle Vince, our pick it up only came this morning, nah? Okay, who else? I called City Power there. Okay, I have them all here. What? I can't hear all of you. JMPD, safety. Okay, now I'm going to ask you that we keep quiet whilst we listen to them speaking. We might not like what they say, but let us listen, because a lot of them did not like what you said. So we listen to each other. Okay? Baie dankie. Ngiyabonga.
Or should I use this mic?
Anyone.
All right. Is it an afternoon? Yeah, we've been here for a while now. Speaker, community members, acting executive mayor, MMC presence, councillors that are present, officials, good afternoon. I will be responding on issues related to Johannesburg Water. I will not take much time. The reason being is that most of the issues that were raised are similar within various wards. So I just want to highlight, there are issues raised with regard to water issues. So I just want to indicate that as a region, we do have a challenge of water. There's a high demand within our region. And there are various factors that contribute to the demand of water. And I think most of the residents, you are familiar now with the process that we are conducting in terms of storing water capacity, where we isolate certain reservoirs on various times. And that's because of the challenges that we have of water. We've got high number of illegal connections, which are the contributors of high demand. And Madam Speaker did indicate that some of the issues or some of the response you might not be happy, but these are affecting our water supply. And it's not that we are not doing anything about it. We are having also, through the water demand management section, disconnecting all the illegal connections in order for us to be able to save our network system. We are also through CAPEX projects. I think some of the projects were presented where we're upgrading our infrastructure. Because you can imagine that the region, if you look at 10 years ago and compare it to now, the region has grown. So obviously there's a need for upgrade. So the challenge is that we've got a tight budget as a city. We're sitting with a network system of 12,000 kilometers. And our plan is to upgrade the entire system, the entire city. So now, because of the limited budget, we do it in phases. And hence, we did present some of the projects. Also in your presentations, you will see the projects that we're embarking on and those that are planned for 2026, 2027. With regard to sewer blockages as well, we've got common issues throughout the regions. And it is also as a result of illegal connections. That's why during rainy seasons, you find that we've got high number of blockages. We've conducted investigations, and what we found out is that most of the systems are connected. We've got private stormwater that are connected into our sewer system, and that's why we've got so many blockages. So that's a serious challenge. But yes, residents, we do rely on you as residents to report these challenges and ensure that you've got reference numbers so that we can be able to also address it, within the turnaround times. But I wanted to also indicate in terms of those challenges, that's why we're sitting with these issues. There was an issue of Joburg Water spending a lot of money on the JoJo tanks. Our mandate, residents, is to provide and service the infrastructure. We provide you with water. We service the water system. That's the network system in the reticulated areas. And the areas that doesn't have reticulation, like informal settlements. Through the service providers, we provide alternative water supply by means of JoJo tank. And that's the partnership that we are having with the Department of Human Settlement. I think Human Settlement will also add in terms of the plan on permanent infrastructure. But however, yes, we agree in terms of expenditure that we are spending a lot of money. I think if you follow the media, a few months ago, some of you might have noted that we were launching the trucks. I'm talking about the trucks that are Joburg Water owned. We purchased about 20 trucks, water trucks. They have been shared in various wards or regions. Let me say regions. Region G, we only received 2 trucks from the 20. So others have been spread across other regions. So the idea is to use our own trucks in order for us to save money that we are spending on the service provider. the target is to get in total about 60 trucks. So we only purchased 20 trucks, and remember, I did indicate the issue of limited budget as well. At the same time, remember, we need to offer service delivery to the residents. So we are working on that. And the other thing, with regard to the borehole projects, the city, through the partnership of vets, is embarking on a project to install borehole systems. We've currently identified 10 informal settlements where we're doing a study. So far, I think we've done around 3 informal settlements, and that's subject to availability of sufficient groundwater. So we need to have, it's not a promise to say that once we identify your informal settlements, we will install a borehole. It will depend if there's sufficient groundwater. So that's something that the city has started. I know Waterworks, we've done one program. I know Pumlam Klashe as well. So what needs to be done now is to connect that borehole system with the reticulation in a form of standpipes so that we can be able to provide. So it's still going to be a project, but we have already started. That's to ensure that we've got provision of sufficient water to the residents, and also to try and to limit or minimize on relying on JoJo tanks. So, colleagues, and in terms of the servicing of chemical toilets, I did indicate that we do that through the service providers. We do have a schedule, and I know that our inspectors are working hand in hand with the community leaders. So it is very important that if there are toilets that are not serviced, and if there are water tanks that are not filled, it's very important to engage with our inspectors or the community leaders, or escalate it to your ward councillors, so that they can bring it to our attention, so that we can give that our attention. Thank you very much, community members.
Thank you to Joburg Water. I've been sitting and looking through all of you, and if I can randomly pick someone and ask, do you know what Joburg Water said? You will not be able to tell me because you had other conversations. And the hand that has come up, I'm not taking hands anymore. I am allowing people to respond to your questions. So if you were outside whilst we took hands, sorry. Come next. You can write down and tell us which one was not satisfactory. Pick it up. No, no, no. No, colleagues, no. Thank you so much. Pick it up. No, you did not listen when they spoke. I was looking at those that did not listen. Question time is gone. Carry on, please pick it up.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Greetings to our acting executive mayor, Madam Speaker, our RD, Mr. Naidu, all protocol observed. My name is Etienne Maluleke. I'm the operations manager at Pick It Up. Before I carry on, I would like just to inform the House that Pick It Up in Region G, we have got 2 depots, which is Orange Farm and Avalon. So I've noted most of the issues because we share the wards. Ward 1 up to 6, it belongs to Orange Farm. However, we are one thing. Whatever issue that has been indicated here, I will escalate to Orange Farm. So we are one thing, Orange Farm and ourselves. So we have noted the concerns of illegal dumping, which is giving us problems and other challenges, but most of the challenges is illegal dumping. I've noted here in Chovicho, which is Ward 4, I will escalate to my counterparts.
I've also noted the issue of Ward 7. Ward 7, where you are still having challenges of the cleaning. And also Ward 8 at Lowly Extension 2, it has been noted. Furthermore, Ward 10, Klep Refer Walk, it has been noted. Ward 120, Ward 121, which is Kokotela, and Ward 122, which is Aikenhof and other wards. With Aikenhof, me on my left-hand side, we are aware of the challenges that you are facing at Aikenhof. So my advice will be, whatever challenges that you are experiencing in terms of illegal dumping or any other activities that is rendered by us, I will urge the community or the councillors has got my contact numbers. So I will urge the community or any stakeholder that is having the challenges of illegal dumping or any challenges of cleaning, including the bin delivery. So I will urge whoever is having a problem with Pick It Up to take my number. But I know that most of the community councillors and the stakeholders, they've got my number. But I'm urging anyone that has got a problem in terms of refuse collection, Madam Speaker, as you have indicated that we didn't pick yours, but I know now that it has been collected. It's only the challenges that we are facing. So I will urge whoever has got a challenge with Pick It Up to take my number, and then you contact me directly. Once you contact me directly, we will assist you, especially the lady from Aikenhof. I would like to have your contact number. So my number is as follows: 082 855 9313. Let me repeat it again. My number is 082 855 9313, and my name is ATN Maluleke. Anyone who's got a challenges, please contact me. We will assist. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I've also taken your number. I would also like to ask questions of Ward 17, but I will not be allowed to ask it. JRA?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, the RD, the councillors, and the executives from the city, as well as the residents. JRA received a number of questions and comments from some of the residents, and I'd like to respond to them. The first issue was the Ward 4 stormwater infrastructure required at Matiwane. And I want to point out to the gentleman who asked the question that last month we had an oversight with the MEC for development planning, MMC for development planning and transportation to the area, and where it was clarified that the challenge in that area is the lack of bulk stormwater. So before any stormwater can be upgraded in the area, we need to upgrade the stormwater in the area, which means the city needs to allocate the budget, but consultants must revise the master plan. Then there was the issue of the Ward 5 Porki cap inlets. A gentleman mentioned that cap inlets need to be covered, but I'm not clear here whether does it refer to cap inlets which don't have manholes or they were left open by a contractor who was working there. So can I kindly request that the gentleman who raised this question provide the information in the allocated forms which the speaker alluded to. Then there was the issue of gravel roads in District 5 which need to be upgraded. District 5 and other informal settlements like Kokatela, Loli 2, Narens Farm, etc. those informal settlements fall under Human Settlements Department. They are responsible for the upgrading of those areas, unless if Human Settlements approaches GRA and provides or implements a service level agreement for GRA to do the work, and they allocate the budget. Then there was the issue of Loli 2 and Kokotela again, that there are roads that are not completed in Loli 2. Here again, I think we need information. Is it because of the contractor that was working there for GRA, or was the contractor working there for Human Settlements? So can the person who reported this please provide the information in the allocated forms? Again, an issue was raised about Kokotela roads which need upgrading. It's the same story about the Human Settlement story. Human Settlement is responsible for all informal settlements. Ward 10, there was an issue of Protea South roads being in a bad state. Yes, we acknowledge and we note, and GRA has done its best to come and work in Protea South, but the roads are in a very, very bad condition. So we keep working there, but we take note, we will keep continuing to work in Protea South. Waterworks, there was an issue raised about waterworks, roads. Waterworks is the same as other places. It's an informal settlement, and it falls under Human Settlements Department. Bushkopis roads, someone mentioned that there's no budget for roads in Bushkopis. This, Madam Speaker, is the issue of the budget by the COJ, which the city needs to respond to, because obviously GRA cannot go and implement a project if there's no budget approved for it. Ward 119, someone mentioned that the fiber companies go and work there, and then they leave the roads in a bad state, which means that they must reinstate the roads. I'm not sure here whether the councillor is aware of this situation, because he has not brought it to our attention. But can the person who raised this issue please provide the information in the allocated forms so that it can reach us, it can reach our depot. The grading of roads for Ward 120, yes, the request is noted. Can the person who made the request please provide the information of the streets in question, and then we can attend to it. Ward 120 again, there's a lady who mentioned that resurfacing is being done in Ward 120, but according to her, it is not adequate or moving quickly. Unfortunately, GRA can only do resurfacing according to the budget that is allocated. It's impossible to resurface all the roads in any specific ward. We work according to the allocated budget, unfortunately. Ward 122, the roads are full of potholes. Again, can we get information on the streets that are affected so that we can attend to it? So can the person who made the request kindly fill in the forms, and then they can reach GRA. Again, Ward 122, there was an issue of Lehaye. A request was made for roads to be upgraded in Lehaye. It's the same story as the human settlements. It's the human settlements issue. Lehaye falls under Department of Human Settlements. Whatever the GRA does is according to an existing service level agreement and budget allocated by Human Settlement. So if there's no budget from Human Settlements, GRA cannot do anything. So Human Settlement must maybe take the lead there. There was also a request for a bridge in Lehaye. That is an IDP issue, Madam Speaker. I'm not sure if this is on the IDP. If the city approves, has an approved budget for this, for GRA to do, obviously then the GRA will do it. So I'm not sure if there's a IDP that was approved for that bridge. Ward 131, which is the last one, there was an issue raised about Madume gravel roads. There's a road in Madume which leads to a school. The lady mentioned that she would like a budget to be allocated. Again, is the issue of the IDP and whether the city has allocated a budget. Then only if the city has allocated and approved a budget for it, GRA can attend to it under CAPEX. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, colleagues. I think you've heard now. JRA said, if you have complained or you've given us something that the city will look into how they fund it or put it into the budget. And that's why I said in the beginning, maybe those of you that were late did not hear. I said comments, inputs, and questions. And I said it's a draft. After you have spoken, it becomes a real deal. Right now, it's a draft. And also, those of you that are saying you were not answered, this is recorded. And we will be dealing with it. So you don't have to say we are not responding to you. Can I have, is it City Parks? Okay, if City Parks, and then comes, no, then comes City Power. City Parks, City Power, in that order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and greetings to leadership, and greetings to
vandalism. So now what is going to happen, those street lights which are there, which are not totally vandalized, we are going to maintain them, especially the ones that you just need the globes. But now we've got a challenge with those street lights whereby you find that they are totally vandalized. So those one, it's a business because it's a lost. We have taken a decision that we are going to replace those one even in this coming financial year with the high mask instead of replacing by the single street lights because it's a waste to the business. There was an issue which was raised regarding the PMT. The PMT are the pole-mounted transformer. Yes, under Region G, we had an issue whereby about more than 20 PMT was hit by lightning. So now, as per list, we are replacing those transformers. So far, I think on Friday, which is yesterday, I've received about 5, which 3 will go to Tembelihle, 1 will go to Mountain View, while the other one will see where is it going. So we are following the list of who's coming next, who's coming next. So if you see us installing to your neighbor, be rest assured that you are on the list. We are going to also service you. That's an issue which was raised in Klipspruit. The Klipspruit and Tembelihle. What is happening there, the underground network, we call it, it's a T-joint. Very, very complex layout of network, which was laid by those time. So we need to change that infrastructure. I had a discussion with the group ahead that we need to have a project whereby we're going to replace those T-joints. It's a T-joint, it's very complex. So while you will see a lot of temporal connection there, they are doing temp because they cannot really get to those T-joints. Hence, we are in a process of getting funds to normalize that area by putting a reasonable and easy network so that when there's a fault, we should be able to assist you. There was an issue which was raised in the ward 18, overloading TSS and normalization. So this one on Wednesday, I will engage with the councillor. So I need to be there and see while we're waiting for the CapEx budget, what needs to be done. But the resident, the other thing that you need to understand, what causes this overloading, the illegal connection. And I'm just happy with the Lenasia South. I've already engaged with your councillor regarding the normalization that you are requesting. Be rest assured, first week of November, we will be starting with normalization. And please, when those guys arrive, don't chase them. Because when we normalize your network, it becomes stable. Yeah, I think I'm done. Those are the major issues that have been raised. Thank you.
We are going to do JMPD, and after JMPD, we will be doing human settlements. JMPD, there were safety questions. Just hit, so that we can move. And we're having the head of JMPD. I'm not sure, Safiso, what's happening at the back there? There's a major caucus there. No, it can't be. It can't be. It really can't be. JMPD?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Okay. Thank you, Madam Speaker, Acting Mayor, councillors present, MMCs present. To the community, good day. Mine is only about crime and bylaw issues. My name is Patrick Jaka, the Police Commissioner for JMPD in the city of Joburg. Now, as per the questions raised for issues around crime in all the wards that people stood up here, I just want to state our way of doing things. First, as JMPD, we are assigned to implement the ward-based policing in all the wards. So what we have as JMPD is the following for the community of Region G. We are having 17 wards, and in each ward we are having 18 officers, which must be there for 24/7. And then at least we are having 2 vehicles per ward that must service each ward. But the problem is that people will say we don't see them. I understand that. The problem is that if we as the community, we don't communicate on how we want to be policed, then we'll get crumbs. Meaning that the officers will do as they wish because we don't care. But if we care is that if they do wrong things, please, it's not a matter of approaching them. If you can, yes, you can do. But I'm going to urge the communities to do the following. Please take a picture of a number plate, the area and time, and then you send it. Or whatever time you can call me, I will respond to that. But what is happening is that, let's say you did not get time to get the number plates, because this is done to deal with corruption from our members. If there is something that they are doing, you just tell us the time. Then our internal affairs will track the vehicle and we will track also the driver. And then the driver will go through disciplinary process in the city. So what is happening with crime issues is the following. We coordinate with SAPS. We attend meetings with SAPS where we are given the hotspots, and then we patrol in those hotspots. Also, the issue around bylaws. The officers cannot be, when they have to just deal with vehicles, forget about bylaws. Bylaw enforcement, I heard issues of illegal dumping and so on. They need to deal with that. and address that in full. I know people will say, no, 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 but we see them, they talk and do nothing. But for as long as we don't watch them, they'll continue doing that. So I'm urging the community, please help us to police you better. Because if we don't get feedback from you, then it will say, I'll post and say, no, we are doing this and this, and I'm not happy about that. I want the community to tell us that you guys, you are doing this wrong, this right, so that we can correct ourselves. But all in all is that the following is that we are working with SEPs, like you see us even outside here. The station commissioner for Lenasia, she's here. We are working with her, and there are so many. So we are working, and if there are issues of crime, that must be addressed. In the CPFs, we do attend. Unless if they don't attend, then it means I must hang some people in this region, because the meetings must be attended every month. So if they don't attend, please, community members, we are here. Talk to me, let me deal with it so that we address it. I thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm now going to call Human Settlements, but I also want to register that caucus at the back. You are all going to come back to your seats. There's no service delivery of food that's going to happen. There's no service delivery of food that will happen now. You'll come back to your seats and I'll direct you how you go. Thank you, Human Settlements. You called Human Settlements. Now they're here, now you're making a noise. I can't hear when people scream. You want JMPD's contact numbers? Thank you. We'll give it to you. Chief Chaka? But you don't phone him after 10. He's got a wife.
Thank you, and apologies for that. My numbers are the following: 075 318 1267. 075 318 1267. Sorry.
1267.
Oh, surname, Jaca, J-A-C-A. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Now we get Human Settlements. Hey, the community has airtime, yo.
Thank you, Chair. Dumelang bahlali. Do you want my cell phone number as well? Okay, my name is Lesego Makume from Human Settlements, Region G. If you don't know me, then you are not a resident of Region G. I'm going to respond to 3 questions, which is formalization, reblocking, formalization. Why are we failing to formalize our informal settlements? That's number 1. Number 2 is reblocking. Because most settlements come to us and request reblocking. So I'll explain what is reblocking. Let's start with the first question because it covers everything. USP is upgrading of informal settlement program. Just to give a quick background, between 2016 and 2019, we have 17 new informal settlements in the region. We have existing 35 informal settlements. The total number of settlements that we have currently is 52 in the region. 17 new informal settlements are suffering because they don't have water and also they don't have sewer. Johannesburg Water were appointed for 17 new informal settlements to provide water tanks and chemical toilets. They are in the process of doing that. They are busy with verification process. They've submitted drawings to us. And I would like to request the community of Region G that when we do verification, we all want to know who's residing in the house or who have occupied the house. Do you have an identity document? Do you have are you a South African? We need to do that so that we know how many people do we have in that informal settlement. And how many South Africans we have in that informal settlement. How many children, how many female, youth, elderly, you name them. That process assists us so that we start with the process of upgrading of informal settlement. So if the settlement does not have an upgrading plan, we can't budget for it. We don't know the identity of the informal settlement. So when we do audit occupancy, please work with us. We all want to know who resided so that we know how many households we have in the area. I think it makes sense, Bahlali, akere? Yes. Then that's the process of formalization. That's where we start when we do upgrading of informal settlement. The settlements must have an upgrading plan. That's number one. So that the city, together with the national government, can budget for that informal settlement. Then it's recognized by the city. Okay. Then we move to reblocking, which is question number 2. Reblocking, we cannot do reblocking if we don't have a draft layout plan. The first thing that we do a draft layout plan because it's a draft. We appoint consultants to do that on behalf of human settlement. The reason we do a draft layout plan is for us to provide temporary services. We provide temporary services because the township is not yet approved. It's still an informal settlement. We'll provide water tanks, electricity, and VIP toilets. And we know our communities don't like that. They don't want chemical toilets. They don't want water tanks. They say they want clean water. They want flushing toilets. But we cannot have those services if we don't have a township approval. So we can only provide services that are temporary. The settlement is formalized, it's approved. We have what you call an approved township layout plan. So we'll keep on providing temporary services until we get to that stage. We try to prioritize old informal settlements. It's not like we don't like new settlements or we ignore them. It's not like I'm scared. The first informal settlements that we have, it's Slovo Park, Pating and Virgil. And on 17, it's not a permanent solution, it's a temporary solution. And the last question, I think, is about Southern Farms. Southern Farms was launched last year, around May. We are currently working in extension 9 and 54. We started with permanent services. We started with roads and stormwater, sewer, electricity, and water. We have completed water, sewer, roads and stormwater. Electrically, it's at 90% complete. Water is still sitting on 2%. because we still having challenges with the WULA, what we call water license application. We are working on that. We haven't identified the beneficiaries of South Rand Farms. It does not belong to El Dorado Park. It's the project for the region. We will identify beneficiaries that have to benefit. Will identify beneficiaries that have to benefit in South Rand Farms. It's Region G project.
Yes.
That report will be submitted to council for approval. We'll identify settlements, which is beneficiaries. We'll also prioritize people, like people 1996, 1997 people, because I think they deserve a right. They've been waiting for long for these houses. So it's Region G project, it's not El Dorado Park or Slovo Park, it's Region G project. Everyone has a right. Thank you.
So Human Settlement spoke. I am really hoping that the informal settlements that are there are not on wetlands. Because you know the problem when you are on wetlands. I think, where's the chair of chairs? Normally when you go to Region E, they are on the Yukske. They don't ask the city, can we put up shacks here? But when the shacks are flooding, then they call the city. So when you put up shacks or an informal settlement, don't do it on wetlands. I'm not encouraging, but I'm saying, don't put it on wetlands. And don't go near the rivers. Because when you drown, you call the city. When you lose documents, you call the city. But when you go there, you don't call the city. I'm just being blunt about it. Colleagues, we have come to the end of everybody reporting to us. I said earlier on, officials might not be happy, you might not be happy, but it is recorded and it will be placed on the IDP. That will be an IDP and a budget. I'm going to ask every official, if you are an official of the city of Johannesburg, please move out. If you are an official, please move out. Can my office move out? Can other officials, City Power, Joburg Water, Human Settlements, please move out? I want to be alone with the residents. I want to keep them hostage. Can you all move out as officials? Officials, please move out. Except these ones that are still busy packing up. Can I ask the MMCs, the councillors, thank you so much for your assistance. Can you move out? No, the meeting is done. Ipelile, ifedile, as clar. Officials, please move out. I am now going to ask Ndabazite and all